cheered her at the finish line.
92-year-old.
The oldest woman to ever complete a marathon.
I mean, you look amazing.
I've liked Harriette before. I love her now.
Keep running, Harriette. You love it.
We love Harriette. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Most people at 76 are thinking about retirement. Imagine instead picking up a brand new passion that most would never even consider: marathon running. But here's the kicker. Harriette Thompson, a 92-year-old cancer survivor and classically trained pianist, didn't just start running later in life. She shattered world records along the way. Not once, but twice, and not by chance. So, what fueled her extraordinary journey from the piano keys to marathon medals after so many years? Stay tuned, because this is more than just a tale of athletic achievement. Interesting early life, from a small town to the world stage. Harriette Thompson was born on March 27, 1923, in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. She was the youngest of 5 children and the only girl. Her father, J. Harvey Line, was a lawyer, and her mother, Harriette Brenneman, was a homemaker who took a special interest in Harriette and taught her to play the piano. By the age of 4, Harriette was already playing the piano, and by 7, she was performing. She attended Dickinson College before earning a music scholarship to Syracuse University. During her first year at Syracuse, she met and fell in love with Sydnor Thompson. In a whirlwind romance, they married just 2 hours after graduation in 1947. Though Harriette was a mother of 5, her husband, Sydnor, was incredibly supportive of her career as a pianist. She became a classical pianist who performed around the world for decades. She went on a world tour, performed aboard the Queen Elizabeth II ship, and played 3 times at the internationally renowned Carnegie Hall. By 2017, Harriette had 11 grandchildren. But Harriette's life wasn't just about music and family. It was also shaped by an innate love of movement, one that would later lead her to a whole new stage, the marathon starting line. Why she started running, an unexpected spark.
But I'm not a runner, really. My first love is music.
Harriette Thompson wasn't a professional runner or athlete, but she always loved staying active. Reflecting on her younger days, she said, "I've always been active, but I never really planned it. It was just part of my day." Growing up with 4 brothers, she developed a reputation as a tomboy because she was always trying to match their pace. She recalled with a smile, "I never acted my age. I was always trying to do things fast. I used to run a lot instead of walking." Her love for movement began early. At 6, she begged her mother for a bicycle, and by 12, she had earned one and rode it 2 miles to junior high every day. She roller skated to get places in a hurry. For example, when she attended Dickinson College in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, she roller skated to class. As a teenager, she rode her bike 26 miles round trip to her piano lessons, marking her first experience with marathon distance. Growing up, she swam every day, earned her instructor's badge in swimming, and spent summers as a lifeguard. Even though she was always active, at most, she ran around the block. Yet, Thompson didn't sign up for her first marathon until 1999. Running a marathon was never on her radar. It was an interesting story. So, why did she decide to run? She said, "I heard about the race when I was 76. She was at church choir practice when a friend was collecting money. When Thompson asked why, her friend replied that she was walking a marathon in San Diego to raise funds for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
I was in choir, and a girl was getting checks. And I said, "What's that for?" And she said, "Oh, I'm going to walk the marathon in San Diego for leukemia and lymphoma." And I thought, "Oh, I could do that." So I ended up doing it.
Harriette was deeply moved by the cause because cancer had been the root of many tragedies in her life. Her mother, father, 3 of her 4 brothers, and several friends had all died of cancer. In 1985, Harriette experienced her first cancer scare when doctors discovered a cancerous spot on the roof of her mouth. To make matters even more difficult, one of her sons was diagnosed with colon cancer. With this emotional history and a desire to support the cause, Harriette made a life-changing decision to participate in the race. It wasn't just about the race. It was about honoring the loved ones she had lost and making a difference for those still fighting. It's no wonder she was so determined. Training for the impossible. How Harriette prepared for the marathon challenge. Once Harriette made the decision to run the marathon, she knew it wouldn't be easy. It was a challenge far outside her comfort zone. She approached it the same way she tackled everything else in life, with discipline, a sense of purpose, and a determination to give it her all. Every day, she rose early, beginning her routine at 8:15 a.m. Her daily routine was a mix of activities designed to keep her body strong and her spirit even stronger. She shared, "I used to exercise every day. I also often went to the pool. Normally at home, I'm just very careful and try not to do something I might not be able to handle." She explained that there were exercise classes available all the time at the Cypress in Charlotte, where she lived. "I have Pilates, where we do strength training with weights, balls, and rings for exercises, mostly focusing on our arms. Sometimes we use straps on our legs and ankles. When we pull the straps and walk, it helps make our legs stronger."
She is an inspiration, not only just to the members, but also to the staff. She is probably in every single exercise class we have here at the Cypress. Just for the month of March, she exercised at least 33 times. There's only 31 days in March.
Harriette didn't stop there. She also practiced yoga twice a week. She said with conviction, "All of that helps in strengthening me." And when the weather was just right, she took it outside, running around the lake, pushing herself to go further each time. But despite her disciplined regimen, Harriette had an unconventional approach to training. She said, "The longest I've ever walked is 11 miles. I never run or walk long distances until the day of the race. You don't have to do a 20-mile run, so I save myself for the race." Her commitment wasn't just physical, it was mental too. She mentioned that she did crossword puzzles every morning to stay mentally active. It shows how she nurtured both body and mind on her journey to defy the odds. How does a secret drink fuel her strength and energy? When you think of a marathon runner, you might imagine someone with a strict routine, carefully measured meals. But Harriette Thompson, she did things her own way. At an age when most people are slowing down, she was speeding up, powered by her commitment to living well on her terms. One of her most surprising secrets, her diet. Harriette said, with her signature confidence and a smile, "I think the Mediterranean diet is the best thing for me." For Harriette, it's not just a meal plan, it's a way of life that's helped her stay strong and healthy, even while facing challenges like oral cancer. So, what makes it so special? The Mediterranean diet is all about wholesome, natural foods. Think vibrant fruits and veggies, hearty whole grains, crunchy nuts, and olive oil. Throw in some lean fish and poultry, and you've got a recipe for better health. You see, the Mediterranean diet is packed with antioxidants that help protect your body's cells and anti-inflammatory foods that can actually slow cancer progression. Studies even show that sticking to this diet can reduce the risk of oral cancer and lower overall cancer mortality by 13%.
A recent study shows 25% of breast cancer and 11% of colorectal cancer diagnoses could be prevented, but only if people eat more nuts, fruits, vegetables, and extra virgin olive oil.
For Harriette, this diet wasn't just delicious, it was life-changing. But this wasn't the only thing that gave her strength and energy. She also had a secret drink. She said, "I've had an operation on my mouth, so I can't chew greens. I know they're so important, so what I do is make a special drink every morning to get all the natural vitamins I need. I combine chocolate, almond milk, frozen banana, walnuts, protein powder, a lot of kale and spinach, and sometimes I use fresh fruits like oranges, bananas, and cranberries. I mix it all up, and it makes a wonderful drink. I feel like I am getting the nutrition I need to run. I also constantly put effort into staying away from sugar." How Harriette Thompson set historic marathon records against all odds. In 1999, at 76 years old, Harriette Thompson laced up her running shoes for the first time and entered her very first race. But Harriette didn't just show up. She set the stage for a remarkable journey. She began a tradition, running the San Diego Marathon for 13 consecutive years without missing a single one. Year after year, she crossed the finish line, proving that age was just a number and challenges were meant to be overcome. In 2010, while battling an aggressive form of oral cancer that had eaten away the roof of her mouth, she was told she had only 3 months to live, at best 2 years. However, Thompson didn't let that prognosis stop her from running. Despite undergoing grueling cancer treatments, she continued to race in the San Diego Marathon from 2010 to 2012, finding strength where others might have given up. However, her marathon streak came to an end in 2013 when the cancer treatments became too taxing. After losing most of her teeth as part of her treatment, Harriette reluctantly took a year off. It wasn't defeat, it was a pause. a moment to gather her strength for the next chapter. And what a chapter it was. In 2014, at the age of 91, Harriette made a triumphant return to the San Diego Marathon, even though she was still recovering from radiation treatments for a second battle with cancer, this time skin cancer on her legs, diagnosed as squamous cell carcinoma. But it didn't stop her. Going against all odds that year, she finished the race in 7 hours, 7 minutes, and 42 seconds, setting a new U.S. record for women aged 90 to 94. It was nearly 2 hours faster than the previous U.S. record for a woman in that age group. Her son, Brenny, who ran along with her, emphasized her determination, noting that she didn't stop once, not even for bathroom breaks, highlighting her unwavering spirit and focus on crossing the finish line. But life's challenges weren't done testing Harriette. At the end of 2014, she faced one of the hardest battles of all. At the end of 2014 and early 2015, Thompson missed a lot of training to be by her husband's side, as he was very ill. Sadly, her husband, who had been her partner for 67 years, passed away in January 2015 at the age of 90 due to pancreatic cancer. Another painful loss in her life, yet another tragedy caused by cancer.
This isn't a story about running, it's really a love story.
Yeah, it is.
Did you think about him during the race?
Oh, he's with me all the time.
Despite the emotional roller coaster, Thompson didn't let grief stop her. Just 4 months later, at 92, she flew west to take on what would become her final and most historic marathon. She felt her husband's support with her every step, pushing forward with determination and grace. Dressed in a purple team and training t-shirt and ball cap, purple shoes, and purple shorts over white tights, concealing bandages covering wounds from radiation treatment for skin cancer on her leg, she started the 2015 San Diego Rock and Roll Marathon. Despite getting tired, she hurried along the Southern California streets and highways towards the finish line. She said, "I always try to think positively. Whenever I get tired during a race, I think to myself, this is a piece of cake. I can do this. I just try to encourage myself by not letting any negative thoughts enter my mind. I play my piano songs in my head to push myself." A grandmother of 11, she became a media darling in 2015 when, at age 92, her persistence and never-give-up attitude shone. Yes, Thompson crossed the finish line in 7 hours, 24 minutes, and 36 seconds. After finishing the 26.2-mile race, she became the oldest woman to complete a marathon at 92.
They cheered her at the finish line after she ran for 7 hours, 24 minutes, and 36 seconds. At 92, she's the oldest woman ever to finish a marathon.
I remember seeing this stuff falling down. They had confetti.
And still, she wasn't finished. In June 2017, at the age of 94, she participated in the San Diego Half Marathon for the first time. She had been recovering from skin graft surgery to repair a large wound above her right ankle, caused by intense radiation treatment for squamous cell carcinoma. Her recovery included 6 weeks of bed rest, which affected her training schedule. Nevertheless, she completed the half marathon in 3 hours, 42 minutes, and 56 seconds, setting a new record for the oldest woman to complete the 13.1-mile distance. For Harriette, it wasn't about the records. It was about proving that even when life knocks you down, you can rise, lace up your shoes, and keep moving forward. Did Harriette Thompson really run for world records? For Harriette, running was never about breaking records or basking in the spotlight. Her motivation came from a deeper, more selfless place. Harriette's heart was set on making a difference in the fight against cancer. Having faced cancer herself and seen its impact on loved ones, she knew how critical it was to support research and help those affected by the disease. So, she ran to raise awareness and funds for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, channeling her energy and determination into a cause close to her heart. Since 1999, Harriette completed an astounding 16 full marathons, each step taken with one goal in mind: to give back. Want to know how she raised funds single-handedly for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society?
Harriette did her first team and training event in 1999, and since then she's raised over $100,000 for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Harriette is an inspiration to others to get off the couch and complete events that they might not think is possible.
Isn't that incredible? Harriette didn't just run for herself. She ran for every family shattered by cancer, for every patient desperately searching for hope. How Harriette Thompson's loved ones supported her marathon. Behind every great achievement is often a team of unsung heroes, and for Harriette Thompson, her family was that unwavering source of strength. They weren't just cheering from the sidelines, they were right there with her, every step of the way. 2 of my sons run with me. They used to run ahead and then come back to finish with me, but in 2015, one son stayed with me right until the end. During my last race, I had 2 sons, a granddaughter, and a friend by my side the whole time. One of my sons even said, "Slow down, Mom." Her family wasn't just there to pace her, they protected her moments on the course. Harriette's age and inspiring story made her a magnet for admirers who wanted to take pictures with her during races. She said with a laugh, "Since I'm so old, everybody wants to have their picture taken with me." Her son Brenny became her unofficial bodyguard, telling fans, "Don't stop her, just take a selfie." He knew that if she paused for every request, she might never cross the finish line. It was this kind of love and support that fueled Harriette, helping her overcome challenges and enjoy the journey. Her family wasn't just proud of her accomplishments, they were part of them, making every race a shared memory filled with laughter, determination, and love. Did Harriette Thompson leave the world because of cancer? Despite battling a recurrence of oral cancer, which first affected her in 1985, Harriette refused to let the disease dictate her future. She continued to live life to the fullest. At 94 years old, this remarkable musician and athlete passed away, but not from cancer. She tragically passed away from a fall at the facility while delivering birthday presents to neighbors. Harriette's story isn't about how she left this world. It's about how she chose to live while she was here. Through every race she ran, every note she played on the piano, and every dollar she raised for cancer research, she showed the world what true strength and resilience look like. Her story serves as a powerful reminder that even in the face of serious illness, we can continue to pursue our passions, make a difference in the lives of others, and leave a legacy that will inspire generations.
My mother has a sort of can-do attitude about anything. I don't think she gets her age, which is a good thing. It's not that she hasn't had problems, it's how she's handled them. She just keeps going back to what is possible.
Look at me. If I could do it, you could do it.